Hi, Gloria with Healing You here. You know, some days it makes you wonder about the path you're on. There can be some days where for absolute weeks and months and years, decades even, you have been on a path that you've really felt called to be on. And then all of a sudden, it's like a door closes, and it's like bewildering. It can be devastating even. It can be earth-shattering because there's it's like, why? What's happening here? And, you know, I'm recognizing today that those moments in my life when I've taken the time to slow down and actually come into presence in my heart, in my body, in my soul, there's a message for me. And it's not a do not pass go. Stop. It's not a you're bad and wrong and what you're doing is not worth anything. It's not you're never going to succeed. You're never going to be good enough. Though all of those really seemed like that might be the answer. There was just something wrong with me. There was something wrong with my vision, or the way that I said things, or the way I showed up, or the way that I stepped into my own beingness. And today I had an epiphany. And actually my intuition has been talking to me about this possibility for, gosh, over a month now. And I recognize on my life's path, there's been many other times that this has happened, only it was in a different form. But it still was a redirecting. It was like a pivot to bring my soul back into alignment with where I'm actually intended to be, what I'm really prepared for, what my heart's intention has said I'm here for. And yet there's a part of me that was still feeling really pretty small and insecure and worried, and a lot of other words that I could put on that way of being, but just really staying small in my shadow, lacking confidence and actually lacking self-connection with my own heart and soul. This is something that can happen when we've had trauma in our life. It can be small t and it can be big T trauma. All of us have these pockets, these bubbles of trauma in our life experience, and until we actually step into a resonant field that stimulates that felt sense of the ever-present past, it just kind of operates from the background. Well, what I'm discovering is it's possible in real time, in the present moment, to come right into the fullness of whatever my experience is and actually stay with it, to be with it, and to acknowledge what it's like to be me, which grows this, oh, my dear friend Sarah Payton calls it, rings of affection that I can bring in to my heart and to my soul and to accompany me right here, right now. And to me, that's bringing in that gold, divine light that is creation, that allows me then to step into the fullness of who I was created to be, to co-create right now. And so, you know, about a month ago, to wind this up or bring in the storyboard with it, I dropped my my external hard drive. It had all of my life's work on it. I went through this whole journey of sending it off and went to a special place where they go into a clean room and they see whether there's anything they can salvage. Well, if there was something to salvage, it was going to cost me thousands of dollars to retrieve it. And just a little bit ago, I got the message, got a phone call. It's irretrievable. Well, I teetered on this brink. It's like, oh my goodness, are you serious? Nothing? I could remember videos, I can remember presentations, I can remember pictures, lots of things very precious to my heart. And it was like, no! And yet, in the moment that I heard it, there was like a puzzle piece fitting into place. And it reminds me that this life isn't about all the tangible things. Yes, of course, there's just so many incredible memories and experiences that those tangible things represented. And yet I carry them in my heart. I carry them in my soul. And I'm reminded that I have this capacity developed within me to stay present with whatever may emerge. And I intend to continue this path and to trust the process, and that whatever I'm needing will emerge in order to continue to go forward. And creativity is now accessible to me in a whole new way. Now I'm noticing, just keeping it real here, my throat kind of contracted, so I'm going to get a little drink of tea. So I'm wondering if my throat needs acknowledgement that, goodness, that it's very transparent and vulnerable to name this like I am. So there's this softening, there's this soothing. Bringing in those rings of affection. Bringing in even the imagery of those who really hold my heart and my experience with so much love and care. Oh, and to know and acknowledge that I'm not alone on this journey. And to trust my own capacity to expand. And to stay present. And to be curious and interested. A little bit of a tear there. That when I'm willing to be this heart-centered and this open to what may emerge, then I'm going to be astonished. And I'm looking forward to experiencing what that's like. So this kind of, this way of choosing to be with myself in this life, with life, it's really a radical different way of being, especially to bring in the warmth and the care and the affection to these parts that feel so tight. Especially grief, because grief has been one that would, just totally shut me down. Well, that's an invitation just to invite you, if you'd like to experience what it's like to develop this capacity, I'd love to accompany you. Reach out to me at healingyoursanctuary.com and let's explore what it might be like for you. Thanks for being on the journey with me today. Healing you.